You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, Y&R fans. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. And guess what? I have got your full roster of weekly spoilers for Y&R running from Monday, January 15th all the way through Friday, January 19th. I have stuff for lots of days. And then I have one juicy, steamy spoiler that is undated but is absolutely happening this week. I'm going to unpack all this for you. But if you haven't already, please reach down, click subscribe. That way you don't miss any of our updates. Let's jump right in. Monday, January 15th, 2024 is season 51, episode 70. We've got Chance confessing to Summer Newman when they have a run-in at Crimson Lights that he is single. And so she asks him to dinner. This is fresh off Phyllis offering her more advice about going for what she wants. And Summer says, "I'm not listening to you. You know nothing," which is very fun. Nick Newman is stunned when Sharon Newman reveals her new company name at the launch party, and it is Cassidy something technology. At any rate, it's named after Cassie, which is absolutely wonderful, and Nick is completely touched. I feel like we are just on the cusp of getting a chic reunion, and this is a very nice way to start it out. Most of Genoa City is there for Sharon's launch party, and things are actually pretty peaceable, which is a nice change. And Devon Hamilton and Billy Abbott get snippy with each other at Chancellor Winters, but then they're actually behaving very nicely at the launch. And Sharon pitches a merger between her new company, Cassidy, and Chancellor Winters, and tells them it came to her in a dream, which it literally did. Meanwhile, Christine Williams goads Phyllis Summers when they run into each other at Society. Phyllis is preaching her, "I'm a new person. I'm really chill. I'm not jealous. That's so immature." But then Christine acts pretty immature and lets Phyllis know that she and Danny Romalotti have a very romantic trip out of town together, planned soon. And then Phyllis gets pretty annoyed. All right, going into Tuesday, January 16th, 2024, it's season 51, episode 71. And we have Phyllis irritating Christine and provoking her. So Christine and Phyllis walked away from each other on Monday, but then on Tuesday, back together. And I think this ties to the undated spoiler that I'm going to share with you after we get through Wednesday through Friday. Also on Tuesday, Heather Stevens has a secret that she's keeping from Daniel Romalotti. Heather has a lot of secrets she's keeping from him. She's still hot for him. She curled up on him on purpose. All kinds of stuff. Nikki Newman on Tuesday gets some serious news that, may hit her a little hard, and that's not good considering what she's struggling with. Then on Wednesday, January 17th, 2024, we're on episode 72 of the current season. Christine Williams is not happy at Danny, and she snaps at him. And again, I believe this relates back to the undated spoiler. And of course, it's to do with Phyllis. Victor Newman has some heartfelt advice for Victoria Newman on Wednesday. And I just wonder if it's something to do with a troubled child that she is trying to parent who has come into her life as an adult. Does that sound familiar to you based on Victor's life? It's kind of like with Claire, Victoria has been saddled with her own personal Adam, right? I think this is very interesting if that is what he's giving her the advice about. But, Claire's persona non grata with Nikki and with others in the family. Adam has been a thorn in people's side since he came along. Maybe Victor can give her some advice on how to, based more on his failure than his success, on how to try and help Claire and integrate her into the family. We also have Lauren Fenmore just in a virtual panic. She goes to Jack Abbott and she says, "Look, Nikki's having a sobriety crisis. I am in over my head. I don't know what to do. She needs help." Then we're on Thursday, January 18th, 2024, which is episode 73 of season 51. And this shouldn't be surprising news, but Tucker McCall aggravates Kyle Abbott. I'm guessing that Tucker is going to rib him about Audra dumping him. The only thing is Audra also dumped Tucker, but Tucker, isn't going to tell Kyle that. And I do wonder if Kyle knew that Tucker and Audra had been literally in bed together as well as scheming together. But Tucker might tell him just to mess with his head. I think it's pretty funny. I enjoy Trevor St. John scenes. We also have Jack vowing something to Nikki on Thursday. Clearly, he shows up to help her with this sobriety struggle. He's been there. He wasn't an alcoholic, but he was an opioid addict. He had a pharmaceutical addiction, and he was chasing it with alcohol, but his primary problem was the pills. He's still a social drinker now, but he definitely avoids the pain pills. So he understands the sobriety struggle. He wants to be there. Hopefully Victor won't have a fit about it. We also have Audra Charles watching out for number one, which is herself. That's generally what she always does. But now that she is done with Kyle, done with Tucker, it's definitely all up to her to make everything happen for herself. Friday, January 19th, 2024. We're going to end the week on season 51, episode 74. Ashley Abbott corners and confronts Tucker. She's clearly still fixated on this thing. She really thinks he's gaslighting her. I don't know. We've seen a little bit of flashback scenes of what happened at the Paris Cafe. And I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments, but I don't recall us seeing Ashley's version of it. Like, I remember them arguing, and then there was a thing where he was standing up, but I don't remember if they've showed us what's in her head of him kicking the chair, throwing the glass, all that. But she's definitely convinced with Jack's support that she is being gaslit. Victor grills Cole Howard on Friday. I wonder if he wants to find out if Cole's interested in renewing his romance with Victoria. And Lauren helps Nikki keep another secret. Oh my gosh, what has Nikki done now? All right, down to our undated spoiler. So after that encounter at Society with Christine, where she finds out they're going on a romantic trip, Phyllis is at her place. She's looking at herself in the mirror. She's holding up a sexy bra and panties and says, "Danny, you left me no choice, but I don't mind." So I wonder if she's going to show up at Danny's place, bra and panties, maybe a trench coat over it, drop the coat, and that's when Christine walks in, something like that. Phyllis is going to do something to try and ruin their plans. And it sounds like Danny might be in trouble with Christine. So who knows how he reacts to the sexy bra and panties that she wants to show him. He needs to stay away from her. She is toxic, and I think we all know it, at least when it comes to him. All right, that is everything we have for Young and the Restless spoilers for next week. Please click subscribe if you haven't already. Definitely drop your comments on what you are excited to see and come back soon. We are so excited to be here talking Y&R 7 days a week. And as always, it's Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.